Listen, this just excites me each and every time.
I know. Welcome back, everybody.
I know. We were just talking, what is this? Episode 15. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We just signed a contract with you guys that we'll be here for at least 52 weeks.
And then we'll evaluate, right?
There you go. Hit it, Laura.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back to our Meaty Mondays. We are the Fierce Felines. We are so happy that you guys are with us, whether you're watching us on the live or on replay. We really appreciate your engagement, your questions, and even your comments. If they're not the nicest, that's okay. We need a giggle every so often. We want to help answer any questions that you may have, so please leave them in the comment section. I'm your co-host, Laura, at Healthy Carnivore. What about you, Robin?
Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome if it's your first time joining us. As Laura said, we are the Fierce Felines, and this is Meaty Monday. We are here tonight to talk about your questions and answers. So we have our show all about answering your questions. So we know that some of you have you've joined our channels and you are asking questions in the comments. And so we want to bring those questions to the forefront and talk about those tonight. So I'm going to hand it over to Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca with Carnivore Family, and I have to say this is one of the highlights of my week because these guys keep me motivated, and it is fun to have real friends that are carnivores as well. So I'm excited to be here. So take it away, G.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm your last co-host for today on this Meaty Monday. What do we come live every Monday at 7 p.m.? We're so happy to see you guys. And tonight it is about some Q&A. So that means there's no telling what will be said on this evening. And we all have some questions just in case you guys don't turn around and fire them away to us. We have some, and I have something. Hey, Frederick. Hey, Humphrey. FR Humphrey. Yep. I have one. I can't wait because I want to see how these ladies handled it. Plus, another week of being a lion.
Yes.
Yeah. Huh? Yes, Laura. I can't wait to share this with you guys. But so let's get to segment one. Segment one, hold on, because I got some stuff for you guys. All right. So I'm going to hit you all with some questions.
All right.
Really, really quick. And let me see. This is Rebecca's favorite. So we're going to go Laura, Robin, Rebecca. Give me a non-scale victory. Go, Laura.
Okay. So being a lion over a year now, carnivore for over 4, I find that my anxiety, depression, and the ability to put up with, how do I say it nicely? People of opposite thinking that are sometimes nasty, I'm able to deal with them a little better. I'm just like, yeah, you're not worth it. So I think that's changed, because before, if somebody would have come at me pretty hard, I would have been right back at them. And it depends. Now, if it's something pretty bad, then I still will do that. I just choose my words a little bit wiser, I think. But I think I'm not quite as sharp when it comes to dealing with ignorance, I guess is the word I'll say.
Well, we got one person come and say crap.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, Robin?
So I was sitting here thinking about that, and there's so many of them, but I'm going to go with, I've had a Peloton spin bike for quite some time, probably a couple of years now. It was so funny. I was talking to my husband. I was like, well, Peloton says I need new pedals. He says, you haven't been riding that bike. So I did do it for a while, but I've just been encouraged to get back on the Peloton and ride it. So for the month of February, I did make a commitment to myself to ride the Peloton at least 3 times a week. And I've been meeting that commitment. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And that's a great non-scale victory. Plus, I can see the benefits of riding it. And then I have my friend Simpson. I think friend Simpson's all of our friend. She's riding with me. So that's pretty cool.
Very good. Okay, so go ahead, Rebecca.
All right. My favorite one for me is that I do not sunburn anymore. I mean, I guess I could if I really abused the time out in the sun, but I can be out for hours and my sun responds nicely my skin responds nicely to the sun. So I will tan. I might get a little pink and then I tan the next day. But I used to burn in 15 to 20 minutes and then it would peel and it would go back to white, like just this pale white, unhealthy shade that just didn't have good luster. And now I can enjoy being outside with my kids and working around the farm or when we went to the beach. And I have to use very little to no sunscreen to be outside all day, which is very exciting for me. So.
Wow. That's awesome.
Very good. All right. Well, go ahead, Robert, to the next one because they're not putting any questions in. So we must just really be perfect for everybody. Just perfect.
All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about viewers submitted questions and answers. And I have a whole list of them here, but there's a couple that I really want to point out. And so people have been asking me, how is the Lion diet going? And we are all 5 of us are on the Lion diet for the month of February. Well, Laura's been on it for a whole year. We decided to join her for the month of February. And I have to say that I feel really, really good on Lion diet. My scale, which had been kind of fluctuating around the 152, range, is now down into the 149, 148 range after just a couple of weeks. So that's really nice. And also I'm how do I want to put it? I'm not really struggling with being on Lion diet like I thought I would. I thought it would be like I would feel very deprived because I miss my chicken and I do miss bacon. Got to be honest, I miss bacon. But other than that, I felt like that emotional well-being that I had when I first started carnivore, like that came back. And I know that I heard one of the docs saying that I think it was Dr. Eid. It might have been Dr. Eid, the mental health person, that Lion diet, if you're like 90% there, when you go Lion, it'll take you all the way. And that actually, I find that to be true. Now, I did have, I was struggling a little bit with mood swings prior to doing the Lion diet. And I feel a lot better as far as that is concerned. I did feel a little bit of a mood swing one time during this course of this couple of weeks, but definitely I'm feeling a lot better mentally. I'm feeling that emotional sense of well-being that is so the carnivore zen that everybody talks about, and that you want to strive to have that because it's amazing. So the Lion diet is really good. I highly recommend that you try it. I mean, what can't you do for 30 days? You know what I mean? Even carnivore, if you're not a carnivore and you haven't tried it, try it for 30 days and see, because you're going to find out that it's amazing. I also want to add, some weirdo asked me, like, can I show them where I poop? And I just told them, like, stop being weird, but they really want to see. And I'm like, so
wait
there's
a minute. What is it? Wait a minute. What, they want to see the toilet or what's in the toilet?
They said they want to see where I poop. So like, okay, I will have to clean my bathroom before I bring you guys in there. But I'm not going to show any poop on my channel. So
Robin, I told you, let us pray.
Let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
They
I thought that was
didn't
an
know that
interesting
you were one of
question.
God's favorites. So, Father, just forgive him for even sending that message to her. Lord, he's reaching out, just needing some attention. So, Father God, visit him in his sleep, but just make sure he wakes up in the morning.
In the
And
name
for some
of
foolishness like that, in the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
Please,
Amen.
God, show him where his toilet is.
Right.
Okay,
You can look
show me
there.
mine, I'll show you yours. Hey, Robin, there's a question for you.
So, energy level. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about having this amazing energy. I don't get that. But what I do have is I don't need as much sleep. So, I used to sleep 8 to 10 hours every night. And I needed that 8 to 10 hours or I would be a, terrible, horrible person. I would be quite cranky if I couldn't get my 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So I'm finding that I'm making do good with 6 or 7 hours of sleep and able to function. So I don't feel like I got that burst of energy like I hear people talking about, or if I did, I didn't recognize it, but I definitely don't need as much sleep. So that's one thing that's been really beneficial.
That's awesome.
All right. Who got next?
So who's got next is Laura.
Okay. So I have a couple. So one of the things that I had was somebody questioning, like they asked me about my energy, like, how is your energy? Because, I've been doing this for a year of just the Lion and then Carnivore over 4. And I said, what I had found with myself was that if I start to feel like either mood is off a little, or if I feel like I'm tired and I'm requiring more sleep, just kind of lethargic, then I up my fat. And I can eat as much ribeye fat as I can ribeye at one setting, 100%.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
that.
So that has helped me. Another one that I got, and this was just yesterday, somebody reached out and they said, I'm going to read it exactly the way it was asked. How long before I drop all my weight? I said, well, it depends. How long have you been carnivore? I said, what type of carnivore eating are you doing? I said, do you take in any coffee, sweeteners, anything that is not truly carnivore? How much do you weigh right now? This person said that they were just in their first 5 weeks. Next, they were dirty carnivore. Yes, they drink
What
coffee
is
with
that?
cream and monk fruit daily. And they said they only have 30 pounds to lose. So I did let them know first, when you get down that close to your goal, even whether it's your set goal or where you're genetically predispositioned to be, it is harder. But I said you have to get to that point. If that is your why, you're gonna have to give up some of those comfort things that you're kind of used to doing. It's just the way it is. And I said, plus, no matter if you're only like when I started keto, I was only 20, almost 21, but I had about 18 years of bad diet to overcome. If you're 40, 50, 60 or older, how many years of the standard American diet do you have that you have to kind of clean out, get rid of that? So I just say that, I always tell people to know your why. Hopefully it's stronger than just weight loss. But if it's just weight loss, just know that it's going to take time. So that was the 2 questions that I had. I think, is it
Go ahead and take
Rebecca
this.
next?
Wait a minute. Take this question here. You might as well. From
Sorry.
Yeah,
Lucy.
Laura. Yeah, that one's a good one for you.
Okay. So my thoughts on protein sparing. I've tried that several times within the last 2 years, and I found that when I did protein sparing, I noticeably lost muscle in my arms. Um, so I don't do it for myself. I didn't feel like it helped in anything that I was trying to do, because my thing is at 50, almost 53, I want to define. I want to have muscle definition, not to like a bodybuilder. I'm never going to look like that, nor do I
I
want
don't
to.
know. I seen up under your shirt. I don't know. That back got it going on.
But I did see that I had decreases in that, and I noticed I was sore after working out if I was lifting weights, if I was doing that. So for myself, I didn't see it helped with doing that. Um, I didn't feel like it did much help. Now, I think there are some people that probably don't require as much protein, depending on what your activity level is. But I didn't feel like it was a great fit for me anyway.
Okay, go ahead, Rebecca. And then, Rebecca, while you doing, you can go ahead and answer this one.
Do you want me to answer this one? So what about clarity? Have you recognized the higher level of mental clarity doing lion? So I know that the closer I am to lion, the better I do overall. So I do have better clarity. And I'm sure a big part of that for me is the fat consumption is where I need it to be. I struggle to have my fat consumption high enough if I'm consuming a lot of pork or chicken or deli meats or anything like that, because they're savory in a different way, but I need a lot of fat. And so when I'm just sticking to my beef, my lamb, my goat, it's a lot easier to get all of that fat in for sure.
Yeah.
And I think as women, we need more fat in general than men, especially as you age. So I think women especially our age and older, should really look at interviews with like Dr. Bright or reading her book. Have you guys ever seen stuff with her?
I've seen her. I haven't read her book.
Yeah,
I have her book. And don't be thrown off by the fact that the book has a title in it that it's about menopause, but it's really about fat and how women need fat. And one of the things is that our hormones are made out of the fat that we're consuming, and our body needs that to stay balanced. And that she kind of proposes that a lot of women basically start as a teenager when they're going through puberty is also about the same time that we start dieting. And most women go on low fat diets at that age. And so you immediately, when your body most needs all of that good, healthy nutrition and fat, is when you start starving it of it. And then we tend to do that throughout most of our lives, all the way up and through menopause. And so she suggests if you are consuming enough fat, that you're not going to need hormone replacement for menopause, because your body can make it on its own, and it's meant to transition from our normal cycle to to a different phase. It's a natural process, and we shouldn't, if we're eating the right nutrition, it shouldn't require medication and these synthetic replacements to try to fool your body into thinking it's in a different state than it's in. So I think it's really worth it. Just even if you just go watch a couple interviews with her, she's really great on those topics.
Put her
Interesting
in the comments, and then I'll put it. Rebecca, put her information in there, and I'll put it up. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay.
The adrenals too. The adrenals will kind of help take over when your ovaries kind of go into that lower. As we get older, the adrenals will actually pick up and produce some of those hormones, the sex hormones for females also. So that's also a good thing. So as long as you're taking in enough fat, it definitely does help.
Mike just said this. It's amazing the level that we have all been lied to about proper nutrition. Here's the thing. Anything that benefits, this is what I'm finding. I'm finding to really question a lot of things. Just like how you just said, we end up going and we end up, our bodies are starting to change. Our boobs are coming in. The hips are starting to, spread a little bit. You're starting to get your little side hip. And then we're not used to our bodies being that way. So then you'll start your first eating disorder, because you end up cutting out what we've been taught, what's on the food pyramid, and everything connects right back to a pill. It's like, it's amazing to me. And let me talk a little bit about my experience with the lion diet. So I'm really trying to stay in tune. I don't feel a whole, as a matter, I don't feel a whole lot of difference. And I'm telling you, I have a feeling because of how I eat, period. How do I feel? I think I'm getting better sleep. I can say that. I really, in the last couple of nights, I've had some deep sleep, and I'm waking up, not getting up throughout the middle of the night as much. So this has been good. But I don't like this, Laura. I'm sorry. I think because and then let's talk about the scale. I'm all the way up to 148 pounds.
That's because you're healing.
Is that what we're going to call it?
There's something. It is, because there's something in there that was still underlying that still needs healing. So you may even have some inflammation that you get during that time. Then once that part's healed, it'll go, and it'll go without you trying.
I'm hanging in here. That one I am, because we do.
You got to hang in here.
Oh, that I am, because let me just say, first of all, I'm always on people about just do it for 30 days. Do it for 30 days. And I think for me, I've cut out so much. What do you mean I can't have an egg right now? And then I just received 3 dozen of the good eggs from like the chicken farm. The chicken laid them for me. And
water glass them.
Do I?
Water glass them. You can preserve them. Yeah.
Well, they'll be last for several weeks.
The eggs, because I was actually getting ready to just boil them and hold on to them. What do you mean water glass? What are we talking about?
Well, even before that, like if they're fresh, they'll last for several weeks.
Right.
Like if you're only planning to do this for 30 days, like you're already halfway there.
Right.
So those as long as they're not old, they'll be fine in 2 weeks from now.
Right. Okay, but Laura, what is water glass?
Water glassing is a prepping way that you can actually take like gallon jars and put them into the gallon jar. I don't know if I have a recipe wrote down that my friend did. She has 2 different ways that she does it. So I might do that, because we actually got some also, and I don't even eat eggs. So I may do a video on that, and we'll do some glassing of eggs.
As a matter of fact, pay attention to the following week. All of us are gonna cook. That's a whole nother thing that got to come.
It's gonna be fun.
Wait, come on, Miss Lucy said. Okay, so wow, that's encouraging, and thanks, G, for being honest. That's all I know. She started with us, and she doesn't like it either. Yeah, here's the thing, I guess, because I didn't really have issues with the other foods that I was eating, pork, so on and so forth. I just didn't do it all the time. I would, if I did some pork 2-3 days in a row, I took myself off of it, and then I would eat beef 2-3 days in a row, something like that. Because I do believe wholeheartedly that beef and lamb is like the best for me. Today I did lamb bites.
Ooh, yum.
I know.
So good.
Huh?
I've got lamb waiting for me after this. I love lamb.
Oh, I do too.
She's like, I'm ready.
First of all, I love lamb chops. That's number one. And honestly, I was supposed to record myself so many times with these lamb chops. But I'm really not dressed. And I'm like, oh, I am not getting ready to put clothes on to do these lamb chops. I'm going to do these lamb chops and eat these jokers. Frederick is saying that Lucy and I must need that variety. Yes, Mike, lamb, honey. And I have the brown lamb. I have the lamb that look like pork chops. I have the lamb chops. And then I have they call it breastplate meat. It's the lamb
Mm.
ribs. I guess that they don't. I don't know which way their ribs are going. Their ribs don't look like pork ribs.
No, they
they're
don't.
bones. They're throwing me off. But I really love that flavor. I don't know. I like blue cheese too. So okay, I like goat cheese. I like feta cheese. So I like that pungent.
I do miss cheese. I do miss cheese. But I'm not craving it. Like I just thought I would be a little bit more upset about not being able, like we had the Super Bowl last night, right? And I made chicken wings, like heart attack oven roasted chicken wings. They were crispy and delicious looking.
I know.
And I didn't eat any, and I didn't even feel bad
Weird.
about it. I was like, oh, these people are going to really enjoy this. So, but I feel like I am having variety because I'm having my beef a variety of ways. I'm killing it on the steak bites, y'all. I mean, I'm cutting up a roast every couple of days, making steak bites, and they're so good. And then ground beef and lamb, and so
it is. It is. They're just like, I don't know. I just want something different because I can, but I'm still paying attention to how I'm feeling. And but let me say this part is strange. The scale is going up, but I feel smaller.
Do you have a scale that measures your body composition versus just your weight?
No, Rebecca, I think you should say that 2 more times because Frederick is on here and I feel that we should have one of those.
Yeah. So they have these scales and they're not as perfectly accurate like if you go get it professionally done, but they will measure not just your weight, but the percentage of your weight that is fat versus lean muscle mass, bone density, not bone density, but just like a whole bunch of stuff. So like we have one that's made by a company, Renpho, RENPHO, but there's a bunch of them. You start searching for them. And so then you can see if you can stay the same weight, but the percentage that's fat can be going down. And that might be, and that's where you start to feel like, oh, I feel like I'm not going down in weight, but my jeans fit better. Or I just feel that. And that's what's happening. Your conformation is changing.
Now that part I do believe that whole. And as y'all can see, my hair is starting to grow out. I've been hiding under the hat for a while. All right, let me do this real quick. Let me see. She's asking how many meals a day? I know Laura is 1 meal a day.
2 meals a day.
Robin is
one or 2, depending on the day.
Depending on the day. And for me, I try to do at least 2. Sometimes I'll do 3 I'll think back and say, okay, I've had 2 hamburger patties today, spare it out. That to me, and I didn't take in enough fat. So those are the things that I repeat over. And it's like, I know that's not enough. And I just feel that I'm doing something wrong to my body. I want my body to perform like this, but I'm only giving it this, expecting this. And that doesn't go together like that. All right, let me wrap it.
I was going to say, good question that always goes with that is, do you guys know roughly about how many pounds of meat you eat a day? Because people are always curious about that.
Okay, so
and I could say, I know I eat about 1.5 pounds a day most of the time. And I feel like I should probably eat a little bit more, but that's what I eat if I'm not like trying to eat more.
I would get in 1 pound to 1.5 pounds if I was just straight like trying. That would be me. Okay, I need to eat again. Because I can't sit at a setting and do that. So it's rare for me to finish an entire steak unless it was on the smaller scale. But a hamburger patty, because I go and get the 12 patties in the thing, 75-25, pop one of them on, and I'll eat a patty. And those patties are what? A 1/4 pound patty. So I would need 6 of those. Yeah, no, that's never happened at all. Shayla
How
said
about you,
she's
Robin?
I usually eat probably about 1.5 pounds a day. Yep.
You guys know my 9-year-old eats between 2 and 2.5 pounds a day.
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna get like a foot taller this year. I don't know where all of this food is going.
Yep.
She's 9 and she's tiny. And
Yeah,
it's just,
that's
Yeah.
amazing. Good for her.
She's
So,
going to have
yeah.
such good bones and everything. That's wonderful.
I know. All right, so here's my question. I'm shooting to everybody. I never hear anybody talk about this. And what made me think of it is if I go somewhere and someone is in my vicinity and I want a breath mint.
A breath mint?
I don't like being up on people because I wake up in the morning, your teeth are smooth. I use an actual water pick. So, and the one we travel with a water pick. He got his own. I have mine. It fills up with that water. Girl, that thing feels so good going across your teeth. even I have a toothbrush that goes on it. So while I'm brushing, it's shooting water out behind it as well. On average, there's no white film on my tongue. It's nice and pink, so you don't get any of that when you're carnivore. All right. But when I'm in somebody's if we like too close, I start thinking, okay, but is my breath fresh? It might not have a smell to it, but that's like, even for a female, your perfume, your something.
So I smell like ribeye. And
put a tallow on my lips.
But I do the my toothpaste, my tooth powder, and I do that once in the morning, and then I do the tooth powder if I eat my lunch like at 2:00. As long as I brush after that, after a meal, if I brush with the tooth powder, I don't have it. And I'm in people's faces like this, checking their pulse, and never. I just, and then I mean, everybody's dogs love me because even though I can't smell it, my husband can't smell the tallow lotion that it's beef. Those animals are like, hey, we really like her. So I really haven't had anybody say, wow, you smell like a ribeye and I can't stand it. Or, I just haven't had that. So I think it's more of what we think it may be. I don't think most of us have horribly bad breath eating this way, I would say.
No, I don't think, because when I do the water pick, it shoots the meat out. If I'm out, I have my swords that I can go through. So, and then, like I said, you don't even have a buildup on your tongue. You get up in the morning. Yeah, huh?
I was going to say, I will say that I do go through phases where Louis says that my breath is not good. But I tend to also think that is also, as we heal, that is one way our body detoxifies too. So it generally will go away if that's something, and it comes and goes. So I'm sort of like,
but are you sure it's not a cavity?
Because it wouldn't leave.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't go away for one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes it most definitely can be a cavity, and you're brushing, you don't see it, but that could be something between the tooth, anything like that. But that is something that I miss. And I said I was going to look into the Listerine strips.
So those are sweetened. I want to say that there are, I was just thinking about this. What would I do if I felt like I needed a mint? And I would probably use an essential oil, like peppermint.
I was just going to say peppermint and some coconut oil.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I said, wait a minute, because she just said her toothpaste, but what if I took some coconut oil, put a little dab of pepper, and mix that?
Yep.
I go across my teeth, across my tongue.
Yep.
Not this month though. No coconut oil.
I know. Okay. I have this question, and then I'm quiet, and y'all can just have at it. Is it called what is it? Dextro scan?
DEXA. The DEXA scan.
What are your thoughts on that, Laura?
It depends what you're wanting it for. What are you wanting? What are you thinking you want to use it for?
Because my body was so broke down prior to with diverticulitis. I used to get this pain in here that nobody could find where it was. The pain hit me. Frederick said, gee, that's a cramp. It's like your muscle tightened up. And I'm looking at him, and then it goes away. I don't know. I just want to see on the inside of my body and just make sure that all is well.
Yeah, I think it depends like what you're using it for. So I think a DEXA scan, especially like it's too late for us to do it before, but I think it's really awesome for some of these people who have done it prior to going carnivore and then did it like 6 months to a year in. And when you see their visceral fat that they had lining all of their organs, that it's just completely gone. It's like, holy crap, that is amazing. Just how how you can see that go away, which means that they're getting rid of fatty liver disease. You can also see, like the density of your bones. I don't know. I'm not sure how well it picks up on like slight inflammation in like a muscle or something like that. I think that would have to be pretty severe. I think one of the best tests that you can do for inflammation, if you can't feel it or see it on you, is like a CRP test. It's a blood test, just called a CRP, C-reactive protein. That is really good for being able to see if you have inflammation. Of course, it's not going to tell you exactly where you have it, but then you got to do some deductive reasoning. So that's what I think on that.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about getting one. I did not have one when I first started, but I do want to try to measure the visceral fat because I'm trying to work on that. So I want to get a baseline of where my visceral fat is and maybe try again in a year and see what it's like then. So I'm considering it.
Yeah, that was just something that I said I wanted to know. There's Dr. Elizabeth Bright's information that we were talking about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and play the news that we can use, and I'm going to let you ladies let me see, share my screen. Y'all just hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Darth Carnivore, wow.
Hold on, let me close
100th
that.
percentile. What does that mean, 100th percentile?
That's good. 100th
Oh,
percentile is perfect.
Okay,
Yes.
Congratulations, Darth Carnivore.
Yeah. Wow, that's really good.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Good evening. I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, bringing you news we can use from the community. First, I would like to thank my hubby, Mellow Mel, for contributing to tonight's segment. He researched the information and provided me with some good notes about ways to mitigate boredom on the carnivore diet.
Perfect.
One thing people struggle with when doing carnivore is feeling bored or feeling like they don't have enough variety. There are some ways to mitigate the boredom or palate fatigue and add some variety to the same meats that we eat every day. One tip is to have 2 different types of meat on your plate, such as steak and shrimp or chicken wings and beef steak bites. For those following a strict lion diet, a steak and beef fat bites or lamb chops and burger patties could be an option. A while back, Dr. Kilth stated on a short video that carnivore condiments are a perfect addition when you're needing something a little extra once in a while. You can use bacon sprinkles, or if you don't eat pork, you can use beef bacon, melted butter or ghee, sour cream, smoked red mineral salt, a meat reduction sauce, which consists of meat fat drippings with butter, cream, and salt. You can use a hollandaise sauce, carnivore mayo, such as baconaise, carnivore cheese sauce, and fish sauce. Fish sauce only consists of fermented anchovies and sea salt and adds an umami flavor to the steak. Some carnivores make a compound butter by whipping anchovy paste with softened butter and rolling it into a thin log using parchment paper and then placing it in the refrigerator to harden. Then once they're ready to use it, they just slice the compound butter and place it on the steak for an amazing flavor. If you can tolerate seasonings, you can use them to add different flavors to your meat, as long as they don't contain any sugar. If you are keto or ketovore, other spices like thyme, rosemary, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, smoked paprika, and dried mustard are also good options to enhance the flavor of your meat. Another way to add variety to your meals is to try different cuts of meat, such as brisket, chuck roast, sirloin, picanha, tenderloin, rib, shank, pork, chicken, lamb, seafood, or other types of beef such as Wagyu. For variety, try cooking steak different ways. Some of the best cooking methods for steak are grilling or smoking, braising, pan-searing, roasting, reverse searing, and broiling. Some cuts of beef can be tough, like sirloin, brisket, tri-tip, flank steak, and London broil. So you can tenderize the meat by pounding it with a meat mallet. If you don't have a meat mallet, you can use a skillet, saucepan, or rolling pin. This will help soften and tenderize the meat and help create uniform thickness so the steak cooks more evenly. Salting up to an hour in advance of cooking also helps break down the proteins and makes the meat more tender. You can marinate the meat with vinegar and avocado or olive oil and salt for a few hours before cooking. And also, you can slow cook in a crock pot or pressure cooker, which breaks down the connective tissue and releases collagen, resulting in supple, shreddable meat. Slow cooking applications also include braising, barbecue, and sous vide. You can also score the meat, which involves cutting shallow slits into its surface, and that will help tenderize the meat. Another way to break up the monotony of eating the same meats the same way every day is to try various recipes. There are many channels that show carnivore and keto or ketovore recipes. To name a few, there's Anita at Ketogenic Woman, Laura Spath, Cassie at Carnivore Quest, Reed at Carnivore Chef, Chris at Chris Cooking Nashville, Jason at Just Jason Keto, who has many wonderful looking carnivore and keto chaffle recipes. And there's Maria Emmerich, who has a carnivore steak sauce recipe on her channel that uses cream cheese, butter, beef bone broth, and truffle salt. Maria also has a carnivore cookbook that features over 116 tasty recipes, which can be found at ketomaria.com. I hope that these tips for mitigating boredom on the carnivore diet will help you if you are feeling bored or need more variety. Before I close, G wanted me to cover my updates and what's going on my channel. For the month of February, I joined my co-host on the Lion Diet Challenge, which consists of only ruminant meat, such as beef and lamb, and salt and water. My daily meals mostly consist of steak bites, beef fat bites, beef sausages, burger patties, and lamb chops. And so far, I haven't been bored. I also only eat when I'm truly hungry, which is one meal a day during my lunch break. This helps me to not get bored with the food that I'm eating. I do miss eating eggs, seafood, bacon, and dairy, but I know I can add those foods back once the Lion Diet Challenge is over. The main thing I have noticed with the Lion Diet is with the elimination of dairy, I no longer feel sore when I'm working out. So that tells me dairy is somewhat inflammatory. So when the Lion Diet Challenge ends, I may continue to eliminate dairy altogether. As far as my channel goes, I haven't added much content due to my work schedule. However, I still post shorts periodically showing what I eat in a day on the Lion Diet, and I also upload the News We Can Use segments on my channel. This past weekend, JT at Poco Moonshine Family interviewed me on his channel, So if you haven't seen that already, you can catch the replay on my channel located under the Live tab. Lastly, my hubby and I are still in the process of working out when we can meet with our local pastured-raised pig farmer. So that's all I have going on at the moment. And this has been News We Can Use from the community. Thank you for watching and good night.
I love it.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
nice.
I love
He
it.
kills it every time.
Every time. And it's always like right on point. And then I see in there, yes. So I think we just need to holler out our ages because Laura, Miss Lyon, how old are you? We ain't shame. We aging backwards over
That's
here.
right. I will be 53 in just a couple months.
All right. And Miss Robin
I am 57.
and Miss Rebecca.
I'm
She's
41.
The baby. Yep,
I'm the
she's
baby.
The baby of the bunch. And everybody, that's all I'm talking about. I turned 60 this year. We are like super, super excited. Let me put this back up. We are super excited, honey. And we share, we are aging backwards. I'm 33 on the inside, though.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That part.
Clearly. Yeah.
Yes. Look at that.
You
See, I
definitely
love
have
it.
the energy of a 33-year-old.
All of this is going to have to just really come together. That I love her news that we can use.
Yes.
It's always right on point. Then she was saying some things. So now I want to talk about that. I actually have some beef. I have some deer sausage, but I won't eat that because the person that made it put cheese in it. So I'm waiting for come on, 53s and 60s. Look at everybody putting their age in. That's
All
what
right,
good,
good.
baby. Boar's head. I love them because they don't add sugars and stuff to it. They're or at least these $10 hot dogs that I have. So, Laura, do you eat beef sausage on the Lion side?
Only if I make it myself. Same with deer. If I'm going to make a sausage or something, it would only be whatever I put in it because a lot of what you buy, like if you go to a locker, they have milk solids that they put in there. So the stuff that you take off the top when you're making ghee, which is what I'm so allergic to, they use that as a filler in a lot of those meats when they're making them. Um, Even if they're not putting cheese in, they still have those milk solids in as a filler. So I tried that one time and I was like, why is my nose full and why do I sound like I'm talking through my sinuses here? And that's what it was. And then when I read the ingredients, I was like, aha. So I don't really eat hardly any packaged meats at the store, although I am going to see if I can find some beef bacon. I heard them talking about that, and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen beef bacon. So I'm going to see if I can find that.
It's so
We'll
good.
see.
Yes, good luck, everybody. I pulled up some farms locally, but locally is like 60 miles away. I'm gonna have to figure something out because
Take a day trip.
I need to do. Somebody out there, Darth, is doing it.
So I can tell you this. I just saw Carrie on Homestead How making brats, beef brats.
Really?
And I was like, I'm definitely going to have to do that because I love brats. And also Italian sausages. But I have a little bit of trouble with the sausages. I tried those Teton sausages from Costco, which are pretty clean beef sausages, but they make my IBS flare up. So I don't eat that. But I love hot dogs, beef hot dogs. So there's one company that makes a 0 carb beef hot dog. It's called Bar S. And it's hard to find them. They don't, in the stores, they don't really have that. They have just the regular pork and chicken hot dogs, but those beef Bar S hot dogs are very good and they're 0 carbs.
Okay.
I like those.
Well, you need to look at these boar's head, honey. It's
Boar's
7 in a pack. Who does 7? Who? Where they do that at? Yeah, it was
We're not
7. That's
using
what
buns.
he was like, how many in there? And I was like, 7. He was like, 7? What, they accidentally put an extra? And I went, then I go back to get another one. I'm like, what you do? No, it's 7. It's 7. That's what it is. So yeah, I think that is all right. What do you guys feel about vinegar?
Yeah.
I
I use vinegar.
I think it's
Vinegar.
fine. It's yeah.
And let me tell you, I get that vinegar and I get like a half a capful and I drop it down in my water to do my it afterwards. It's almost like you ate a Granny Smith apple. You get just a little residue because
Apple taste. Yeah.
it feels so good between the gums.
Mhm. Yeah, I like to put it in my if I'm roasting a chuck roast, I will put a little bit of vinegar on it to help break it down, and it makes it taste so good. It's delicious. That's what I'm having for
that
meals tomorrow. Chuck roast.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I do that with my bone broth too. So I put my bones in and I put a shot glass full of the apple cider vinegar with the mother in there.
Yep.
And then just the Redmond salt and cover it with water about 2 to 3 inches above the bones. Set it on a low simmer and let it go all day. And that helps pull all those minerals out of there too.
Okay, so no.
8. Wow.
What does that mean?
Past 10.
She passed 10 6 times. She's 68.
Oh,
yeah.
You got me with that. I'm like, what?
Apple cider vinegar with the mother's brag one. I put some of that in my water to do my water pick. I probably put some in once a week. It's not like I do it every day. I do it once a week. So I think Laura, we watch the news you can use. It's your turn. Wrap it up.
All right. Yeah. So I think what we can ascertain to everything we felt today amongst ourselves is that most of us have definitely seen improvements in the way we feel going carnivore. Some of us have seen some benefits from going lion. Some of us will see those benefits as soon as we get there. I think we're learning that we can do anything. And I will tell you that this was something I struggled with in the beginning, is that when I'm told, our personalities are very similar, G. If I'm told I can't do something, I'm like, damn straight, I'm going to do it right now. Watch me. So it's very hard for me to wrap my mind around, I can't do that. But I just started it. And, for myself, when I did it a year ago, I just was like, I've got to see if this helps. And then after a month, I was like, holy crap, a lot of this is so much better. And then I tried to put back a couple things. I do one thing for a week, and then here I was having trouble again. I thought, okay, then I don't need that. It doesn't do anything for me. It's not fueling my body. So I think we've learned that we can do anything for a period of time when it's coming from a place of where we're wanting our health to be priority. Weight will happen, weight will come off. That's why I don't look at a scale, because that little witch lies sometimes. So I don't listen to her. The other thing I want to say is I do want to thank everybody for being on here tonight and for asking their questions, making their comments. I really loved Rhonda's news you can use. That was wonderful. She doesn't even know she's got a knack for that. I hope she realizes how good she is at that. And like I said, we really love going over all the questions with everybody, because we learned from that as well. So, because we all come from different places and have done stuff differently. So I like to do that. So definitely, I want to just remind people to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. And so I'm going to hand this off now to Rebecca.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I just want to appreciate everybody that is watching this and watches it on replay. If you wouldn't mind making sure and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel wherever you are watching this, because it helps so much. It tells the algorithm that you care, and it makes it more likely that other people will see this. which is what we are hoping for, is to share this with people who are interested in learning more about the carnivore way of eating. And even consider, if you found something useful today, to consider sharing this on social media or with a friend, because we're just trying to get the word out. And now I'm going to ask each of these ladies what is coming up on their channels. So Laura, what have you got going this week?
Okay, so it won't be coming out on my channel, but I actually am finally going to do my interview. Dr. Baker is interviewing me this Friday. Now that I have a laptop and everything, hopefully I have enough space on that. I will be doing a live this week, probably Friday or Saturday. I have about 24 things that I could do, so it'll have to be a surprise because I haven't decided yet. So we will see, but that's what mine's going to be.
And Robin?
So for me, I am excited. This week I have 3 live streams coming up. I got 2 bonus ones.
Nice.
So Carnivore Brothers are going to be on my channel on Saturday about 1:00 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday at 5:30, my usual time on Women of Wisdom series, I'm having Lynn DeVoke, which is the midlife carnivore. So I'm excited to meet and chat with her. And then on Sunday, I will be live streaming with semi-retired Bob. So I'm excited to have all that. It's like bonus, extra bonuses this week. Recently on my channel, I activated memberships. I'm so excited about that and so thankful to anybody and everybody who has decided to be a member on my channel. So for those of you who are members, you'll get to see my February updates early. And then also I'm going to be doing cooking video. I have that coming out probably tomorrow is the cooking video, where I'll be showing you how I did picanha and my Super Bowl cook. So I did chicken wings and I did steak bites. So I'll be doing that on my cooking video that's coming out. I'm hoping to have it out tomorrow, and that will come out to all the members first. And then, of course, I'm trying to do a daily short that's talking about this February challenge and showing what I ate and if I exercised. So if I'm riding the Peloton or do whatever the exercise is that I'm doing, I'm showing a little bit of that, and then also what I'm eating in a day. So that is what will be going on my channel this week.
Okay,
Awesome.
so for me, I'm assuming I'm next. I'm the last
You're
one
next.
here. Okay, so I'm super excited because first of all, we had you ladies tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 my time, which is Eastern Standard Time. I call it my husband's man crush. We're doing Kent Carnivore. And so for all of you that we share these different things about what you're putting in your body. Well, when you hear his story, because he has that bag and he can see, he was, you can't get any more, forget if he's a doctor or not. He ate something, and after it goes through, he can look in the bag and see, and wait till you hear those connections. So we're super excited about that. And every Wednesday at 2:30. Now, Frederick and I go live. We have a little late lunch. He really didn't even eat lunch by then. He'd be trying to rush me off to get over here and eat. We discussed some various topics, and I actually want to get him, because a lot of people, how are we doing as carnivores together? So we talk about this clarity. How does that translate over into the marriage itself? We're 20 years this year for him and I, and what could we add to someone else's life? You guys can ask us questions. How do we handle certain things? Y'all know I'm an open book, so I'm really excited about that. But I think out of all of it, tomorrow morning, I meet back. I've hired a company that is helping me finish up my 30-day program. And then once I get all of that, I've been afraid to activate the membership portion of YouTube. But what you would get from me as a member, those videos, some of them would not be released to everyone, because honestly, I sometimes want to get up, go into the kitchen and start talking to you. And that's what I would do. Talk about what it is that we're eating, how it is that we're feeling, and all of that to encourage you for the next 24 hours. So we're going to take it a day at a time. And then that way I'll be live, we can talk, and then we just kind of take it on from there. So my appointment in the morning, hopefully you'll see some changes with the layout for Hanging with the Browns. They got on me about, well, this is one color, this another color, but it's all me. That's all that just matters. Look for the face, just look for the face. So I'm excited about that. Some great things are happening in the carnivore community, not just with the weight loss, how good you're feeling. It is the relationships, the individuals. Carnivore Kent Carnivore is he got Kent first. They're having a cookout. The Browns, we've invited everybody to our 20th anniversary cruise. And I mean, so we go vacation together. We go and hang out together. We go and order some meat together. And I'm like super excited about that one moment that my brother came and told my husband about the carnivore diet. And you could not have told me in a million years that this now would be it, of what it is that we're doing, the panel with the ladies, how great the body is feeling. So I'm looking forward to a week from today, especially, to give you guys another update on what it is that we're doing on this lion diet. So awesome. Is that it? Now, Rebecca, what's going over in the carnivore family?
Well, the carnivore family, we are always very, very busy, which means my channel is sometimes very not busy. But this week I am interviewing a nice young lady from Czech Republic. She is 17. Her channel is fairly new. It's called Meaty Bunny. If you want to check her out, I saw an interview with her and I loved her passion about this. She comes from a background of veganism and eating disorders, and she started dating a carnivore, and he convinced her into trying it, and it has changed so many things about her life. And so she's very passionate now, and she's very passionate about families too. So that makes a great fit for us. So I'm excited to get to talk to her and interview her, and I should be doing that on Friday. So hopefully I can have it released like a week or so after that, because I don't do it live. I do it a little bit later, and that will be, and then we have some more cooking videos to come out. So it should be a busy week if I can get down my computer to do my editing.
Well, there you go. All right, everybody. That's it for the week. Another show has wrapped up. And next week we are, anybody remember what next week's show is?
Yes, I have
it. We're going to be cooking, right?
It's going to be our carnivore mindset makeover.
There you go. It's the carnivore mindset makeover. Because keep in mind, we will be another week on the lion diet. So some things are changing within us. And then in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks. But wait, this is the part I'm trying to figure out. We all gonna have some pots rattling. We'll see. Bye, everybody. I love you.